Everybody loves flowers, the wonderful array of colors and scents. But have you ever wondered why plants and flowers are the colors they are? Why aren't tree leaves red, or blue, or yellow, or different shades of green? This all has to do with the way that light affects color and the organisms around it. The first thing we're going to do is look at leaves. You know, the green parts of plants, flowers, and even seaweed. Let's find out why it is important for these organisms to be green. The green color actually comes from the pigment chlorophyll, which is in the chloroplast organelle of most plants. Unlike you or I, plants make their own food rather than consuming it. They do this through the process of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis takes carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight to create oxygen and glucose and produce ATP, the molecule used to power all the cells' function. Light, as stated, is a very important part of photosynthesis. When light comes from the sun to the earth, a 95 million mile journey, it comes in distinct forms called waves. These waves are measured in nanometers on a spectrograph. These colored waves are then absorbed by the plant, while some are reflected. But what if I told you that this leaf isn't really green at all? In fact, our brains designate it as green because green light is the color being reflected off of it. The color green is very good at reflecting light, which is why it's often used in movies as a backdrop for special effects. Much more light is reflected on an actor than if the screen was another color such as black. But now that we know why green is used, what about all the other colorful hues of flowers? Well, unlike trees, flowers can only reproduce by having their pollen spread by carriers such as bees. Therefore, they have adapted to carry certain pigments in order to attract these bees. Pigments often depend on the amount of sugar and light a plant receives. When a bee sees a certain color, they are attracted to it and will spread that plant's pollen to other plants. This is how cross-pollination occurs and new types of flowers form. Specific pigments only make specific colors. While chlorophyll reflects green, carotenoids are pigments that make plants yellow or orange. Darker colors like purple are given off by the pigment anthocyanin. Most plants have a mix of all these pigments, which gives them their distinct color. Similar to a color printer, the color of a plant is determined by the amount of each type of pigment it contains. But how come some trees change color in the fall? This is because as the days become shorter and the temperatures drop, the amount of chlorophyll being produced in a plant drops as well. Since leaves also contain carotenoids, this means that the carotenoids will eventually become the dominant pigment as the chlorophyll dies out and will cause a change of color within the leaves. Other plants that do not have multiple types of pigments will shrivel up and die come the fall. So as we've seen, we really do live in a world full of color. So maybe the next time you're looking at a flower, you'll stop and ponder what pigments make it as beautiful as it is. Thanks for watching.